So if you can do it yourself with what you want and what you like and not worrying about everybody else, if anything, I should be encouraging you to, hey, I don't agree with it, but I want you to keep doing what you do. That if society could be like that, it would be better. Yeah. But instead everyone's like, oh, well, she's a slut then because she did porn. Right. And now, like that society's going to allow that. So now it's up to her if she wants to be like, am I a slut because I do porn or am I a professional at my own craft? Yeah. You see, it's how you look at it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of
The Coffee Breakup.
Starring
Marvin Schultz
and Christian. But we also got lovely Eva over here. We got a man's on the other side of the camera, making sure everything's nice on that side.
Perfect, yeah.
If you're watching this video on YouTube, please like the video down below, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and ring the notification bell so you're up to date with all our content. We're on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook.
Got a website, coffeebreaker.com. Check us out.
Also,
and Patreon.
Watch us on Patreon, too. Sign up there. You can watch all of our stuff. We got a lot of goodies, a lot of exclusive stuff, whatever, all this bullshit. Anyways, listen to us on the Go, Spotify, and iTunes. Anyways, with that being said, so let's get back into it.
Yeah, let's get to it. Eva, right? It's Eva.
Yeah, pronounce it right. She doesn't like the first one.
Yeah.
Eva.
So my name is Eva. It's not Ava and it's not Eva. Like that's Cuban, so it's Eva.
Eva.
It's actually Eva because it's like a Spanish, I guess, but you could say Eva.
Eva. Where are you from, Eva?
I'm from Cuba. I just said it.
You're Cuban? You were born here or you were born over there?
No, I was born over there. Hold up. You guys introduce yourselves. Hi, guys. I'm Eva Quiala. I am super excited to be here in the Coffee Breakup. This is going to be amazing. And let's get right into it. I don't have all of that prepared to say, but I think it's going to be really fun.
We got this.
Okay. So I was born in Cuba. I came over here when I was 5 years old.
Okay.
And my mom brought me and my brother, he's 1 year older than me. She brought us over here like by herself. And then we like lived in my aunt's house for a little bit. And then, we lived there for a while because obviously when you come from Cuba, you don't know where you're going to stay. And I'm just really grateful that she did bring us to the United States because like I went back to Cuba a couple of times and there's literally nothing to do there. Like there's no opportunity at all whatsoever.
Have you gone back recently?
Yeah, I went back, not recently because of the whole COVID thing, but like I went back, I think it was 2018 and 2019. And that was actually the first time that I was able to go back because when I first came here, I was going to go back the year after. I got here when I was 5 and I was going to go back when I was 6. But my dad decided to be a bad person and he like told my mom that he was going to let us go. So she got the flights and everything and we were going to go see her family. And then like at the end, like the day before, he was like, I'm not signing the papers. Like Eva and Christian, my brother, are not going to Cuba. So then he never let us go and we never got to go back to see like our family. So I went back when I turned 18 because I didn't need his permission anymore. And that's when I went. And then I went after that too. And most of my family and friends had already left Cuba. So I just went and I saw like my cousin and my aunt and stuff, but it was still really, really nice. Like I really love Cuba.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It is awesome. How old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 22. I just turned 22. My birthday was in April, which I'm pretty sure was last month.
Jesus. Happy belated.
Thank you. How old are you guys?
Old. 29.
I'm turning 30 this year.
You guys are not old, bro.
Also, how old are you back here? 32. Okay. Are we still good? Yeah. We are good. You're the young one. We good.
Oh my God.
Wait, that's too funny.
So just for people to get a little bit of an idea, we usually start off by the guest kind of telling them where you're from and what you do. What is it that you do? Kind of give yourself a little intro.
Yeah. Okay, briefly. So I'm an influencer and a model, and I also am an entrepreneur. I own 2 brands, EvaQuialaFitness, which I sell workout programs, and workout bands, which is an accessory for the programs. And I also have a bikini brand, so I sell bikinis. So, yeah.
Okay, what did it call?
CEO quialacollection, which is like my last name and the collection.
Nice.
I thought that was really cool, to be honest.
Yeah, Alex, start throwing the fucking tags everywhere.
Yeah. I was gonna name it like Eva Quiala bikinis. No, like Eva bikinis or something. And I was like, wait, that's lame. And then actually my boyfriend came up with the name. He was like, babe, what about if you do like Quiala collection? And I was like, wow, that sounds amazing.
Exotic.
Yeah, tell me that doesn't sound way more cool.
Like VIP.
Exclusive, limited edition, you know what I mean? Way better.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It is good. How long have you been, how did you get into influencing and the whole thing?
So
Because you're
obviously
super young.
Instagram came around. Yeah, I am super young, but I'm just really like I'm like really like tunnel vision. Like I'm young, but I've always kind of like, not that I've always known what I wanted to do, because I haven't always known what I wanted to do, but I've just always been really persistent with everything. So like if I want something, I'm gonna get it. So I'm young, but like whatever I want, which I have really big goals and like really big ambitions, like there's no way I'm not gonna get it. Anyways, what was the question before?
Like, how did I get into
it? Okay.
Yes.
So, when Instagram came around, I think.
Is that you?
Yeah.
That's
I hear it
I was
because
like,
of
where's
the
it going?
headphones.
Yeah.
That was only over there. Hey, what's going on?
Okay, so when Instagram like first came around, I was like, didn't even download it. You know, it was like in 2013 that like Instagram came around.
Yeah.
So I didn't even download it, but then like years later, I like downloaded it, and then ever since I was like little, I loved to get my picture taken, and I like loved to model. So I naturally started taking pictures of myself, and then like my Instagram just grew and grew and grew and grew. Like before people had big Instagrams, my Instagram just started like growing because I naturally just loved taking pictures, and that's how it kind of like started. That's how it like popped off. It was very natural to me. Like it's not like I was like, oh, I'm gonna be an influencer. I didn't even know what that was. I just started taking pictures, and then a lot of doors started opening.
That's awesome because I
I'm taking pictures.
Wait, I literally love like taking pictures. But you know what? Like honestly, it's not that I liked it better before, but like it is this way. Like life just works this way. Once you start doing something and then you feel like you have to do it, it takes all the fun out of it. So like I literally like for a while didn't want to take one picture. Like I was like, I don't want to do it. Like
Did you feel like burned out almost? But were you also like on the goal of like, well, I want to build my following. I know I need to take more pictures. Was that like your mindset that you got exhausted?
I was doing that in high school. So during those times I wasn't exhausted. I got exhausted after when like it was when I realized this is a thing. Like
it wasn't fun and it wasn't just you.
It was just like a thing. Like it was something that everybody wanted to do. Like everybody would like be like, oh, I want to be an influencer. I want to be, and then I was like, wait, like, you know, that's not even like what I'm trying to do. Like, you know, I don't want to be this. I don't want to be that. I'm like going crazy about it. And people be like, oh, how do you get followers? How do you do this? And all of that. And I'll just be like, I don't even know. Like, you know,
it just happens. It's like for you, I mean, at least anyways.
Yeah.
It's kind of just grew.
But in high school, I was like that. Like I did want to like grow my followers and stuff like that, because I was like, I saw all the attention that like taking my pictures and like doing all these videos and modeling was like getting, and like a brand started reaching out and stuff like that. So then I was like, oh wait, this is so cool. Like I want to get more and more and more. But then, you know, it became very saturated, which is when I was like, do I even want to do this? But like obviously like I'm doing it. Like,
you feel like
what I'm doing.
You were a little earlier in the game. Like you feel like you got in like when you started doing all that.
I guess.
Right
I think I started doing it before it was a game.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you were like one of the pioneers.
I think
like,
so. I was an Instagram pioneer.
Did you have like any like were you
Think
strategic?
about it, I was in high school. No, I was in high school and I was like having all these followers, and like literally everybody hated me for it. And
You were probably like a little celebrity, right?
oh my God, guys, mine is calling me.
Oh, answer. You know what? Answer.
Wait, okay.
Actually, answer.
Answer. Hey girl, you're on a podcast right now.
What's up? What's up?
You paused yourself, bro. You're in the middle of a podcast. I'm telling them about how everybody hated me in high school. Do you want to add to that and tell them how it's so true?
Oh my God, they did. Like, there was literally
Put it to the mic. Put it to the mic.
made up this false thing that Eva bullied her, and it was the most ridiculous thing. And I remember me and Eva sitting there in the office, like, "What? We bullied you?" And she was just like, "They were like, we don't even talk to you. What are you talking about?" But yeah, everybody would just be like on top of Eva and like saying that, oh, she thinks that she's better than everybody else. When
And right, it was because I had like Instagram followers or whatever the fuck. And oh my God, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Right, it's because I had like Instagram followers and they just like, I don't know, like hated me for it.
And it's not even that. It's just that we were so friendly. Like we were constantly like out and about. We'll talk to everybody. We'll talk to all the teachers. We will get away with a bunch of shit. We had key club. We could skip classes. Like, and because of that, people was hating.
They was hating.
You were like a rock star back in the days, huh? Or still are.
Like rebels.
All right, I love you. Bye. I'm gonna talk to them. Bye.
All right, I gotta deal with these buggers.
Yeah, I gotta do this shit.
Okay. So yeah. See, bro. I told you.
awesome.
You guys went to the same high school?
Yes.
What high school?
We went to Hialeah High.
Really?
Hialeah.
Hialeah.
Where are you guys from?
We went to Springs.
We went to Miami Springs.
Oh, so it's like literally like same hood.
Yeah, ish. It's a hood-ish.
Wait,
Miami Springs on the hood.
No, but it's like same area ish.
That's true.
Yeah.
It is. That's
by.
close. Like if you guys would have told me that you're from Kendall, then I would have been like other side of the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Guys, when I grew up, I actually started realizing that everybody's from Kendall. Like, that happen to you guys too? It was like a culture shock. I was like, why is everybody from Kendall?
When I went to FIU, well, we both went to FIU. When I went to FIU, I rushed a fraternity, and then I started realizing that everybody was from that hood. Like everyone's from Kendall. Like everyone that you would meet in FIU went to Kendall. Somehow, was it Braddock, Ferguson,
100%.
Columbus, even like you saw a lot of that side of 100%. The hood. So I'm like, these are not my people, because I was raised like, Hialeah type.
Same. He's from Kendall.
You're from Kendall? Oh shit, my bad, dog.
But
he's migrated to Kendall.
No, but I realized that too. Like, I was from Hialeah. All my friends were from Hialeah. Like Hialeah High, all the people that like I met in high school and that I grew up with. And then like when I started getting older and meeting more people and like more friends, everybody would be from Kendall. Like I'll go out to a club and everybody from in the club was from Kendall. I'll go to like a party. Everybody in the party, everybody knew each other. And I'm like, how do I not know any of you? And they all knew each other. And they're like, oh, what do you mean? We grew up together in school. We're all from Kendall. And I'm like, I need to get my hands on Kendall now.
Was it always like the same kind of cliques though that you would always see? Or was it always like different people and then they were also from Kendall?
I think I would just meet like people here and there. Okay. Like I have a friend and then like she'll introduce me to somebody and then that person will be from Kendall. And then like in a completely separate other time and other place, I'll meet somebody and I'll be like, oh my God, where are you from? Where you grow up? Kendall. And then it just started being like that all the time. And I was like, what the hell is going on in Kendall?
Oh, Kendall. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Before we continue, we just want to say thank you for supporting us and we hope you enjoyed the show so far.
As you know, we're growing like crazy, so we want to give you guys more content, but we're very limited on what it is that we can put on social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, all that good stuff. We got to battle their algorithm. So we do want to move a lot of over our content to Patreon, where we have more control to really interact with you guys and give you guys what it is that you want. So moving forward, the audio full episodes will still be available on Spotify and iTunes, but we are going to be changing things up when it comes to the video to put it on Patreon. Now, stick around to the end of the episode where we'll talk a little bit more about Patreon. You can see what it is that we're doing, but we have full control to really interact with you guys and give you guys what it is that you want. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. That being said,
enjoy the show.
Peace.
So far. My girlfriend lives in Kendall, like deep Kendall.
She does?
Yeah, she's by the zoo.
Oh my God.
So far. Oh, terrible.
You live by the zoo?
Yeah, he grew up there,
Well,
like by the zoo.
Gee, that's far.
So what do you guys live together, or where do you live now?
I actually bought a house in Kendall.
You bought a house?
Oh,
congrats!
Nice,
Thanks. Yeah, it was actually like having a house was like my biggest freaking goal in life. So
that's awesome.
Actually super.
When did you buy it? If you don't mind.
I actually just bought it like 2-3 months. No, I'm like 5. January.
Wow!
February.
Congrats! That's
how big is it?
It was this year. It's really big.
Is it like a 3-bedroom?
It's I think it's a 4-bedroom, and then it has like a garage.
What are you gonna do with all that space?
Yeah.
It's literally just for me and him and our
That's
dogs.
it?
Yeah. But actually it works out because look, like I'm a Taurus. So I'm like a homebody. I do not like leaving my house. Like
Wait, you're a Taurus?
Yeah, I'm a Taurus.
But Taurus and Scorpios, they get along.
They're supposed to, but like honestly, it's not about you. Like no, like girl Tauruses are cool, and like I understand that you're cool, and probably like I would get along with you super well. But you have to admit, there's some Scorpios that are terrible.
Oh, they're pieces of shit.
Thank you.
Almost
so
all
you know
of them.
exactly what I'm
Except
talking
me.
about.
That 0.1%.
I do think that it's like that. It's like 0.1% of Scorpios are good.
That's you.
You know what I mean? And I literally like was doing an ask thing on my Instagram, and they're asking me about zodiac signs, which ones I like, whatever. I put like they're all amazing except for Scorpios. And then a lot of people agreed. They were like, yo, what do you have against Scorpios, this and that? And like so many people agreed. So like you have to admit that it's not just me and it's not just them. Like it's a thing. Scorpios are bad, not you. Scorpios.
We aren't for everyone. That is true.
Are you intense? Because Scorpios are really intense.
I probably used to be intense, but I'm like real laid back now. Well, I could be intense though.
He has his moments.
I could, yeah, I do. I have throw my little tantrums.
You know what I don't like about them too? They're just very like.
Oh yeah, go on. Yeah, tell me why.
Yeah,
please. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, put it close. Yeah.
They're very like like intense in that sense. And I don't know, I just feel like they think that the world revolves around them and everything is like so deep and so serious. Like the smallest thing could happen and they're just like, oh my God, this happened to me. Like, no, it didn't. It happened. It didn't happen to you. It's not about you. Get over yourself.
No, I'm not very selfish. I've been able to be pretty grounded with that.
Awesome.
Like, yeah, because
so I really don't think you're that type of Scorpio.
No. I guess I'm probably like a fake Scorpio.
No, and honestly, there's like, I don't care if you guys don't like astrology. I love astrology. So there's like the whole freaking what is it? The moon signs and all of that. The natal charts.
Yeah.
What is the rising sign?
Yeah, the rising and all of that.
Yeah.
Mine, for anybody who cares about astrology, is Taurus. Then my moon is Aquarius, and then my rising is a Gemini. So like I'll come off as a Gemini, and then that like I'm super like, I don't know, curious and stuff, and I want like a lot of information.
So complex.
You guys should really.
There's just so many things.
You guys should
going
call
on.
your moms and ask her what time was I born, and then search up
9/11.
You were born on 9/11?
No, my birthday's in October, but the time was 9/11.
At night?
Well, my mother told me.
And you remember?
Yeah, because probably some psycho girlfriend of mine asked me about it, so I'm like, oh, I was born 9/11.
Wait, so you probably have done your natal chart and you're just acting brand new.
My who?
Your natal chart, like you probably know.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
The rising and all of that.
The rising.
Nah.
So then why did she ask you what that is?
It was probably one of my, I don't remember. It was a long time ago. Someone. That's how I know 9/11. That's what I was saying. You don't know what time you were born?
I asked my mom once because somebody was asking me.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Some crazy shit.
But I don't remember what time.
Ain't nobody gives a fuck about that. Well, except
I guess.
Sorry. Wait, what time were you born, dog? You gotta know
I
this.
think I was probably born like at 8 in the morning.
I think I was born at 9.
I don't know, probably 8.
Wait, no. So back to high school. So this is what happened. So I was in high school, just doing my thing, being myself, taking the pictures that I love to take, and everybody was just hating on me. And what Maida was saying, there was like this girl that she literally took me to the counselor for no reason. Like I was in a cheerleading team. Oh my God, what if they watch this? Whatever.
Okay, who cares?
I was in a cheerleading team and I just like quit the cheerleading team. Like this was in middle school and I was like the co-captain, whatever. And then I quit. And then after I quit, all my friends decided to quit too. So it was like 6 people. They were like, we quit too. And then, so the cheerleading team like basically lost all its cool people. So nobody cared anymore. And then they got so mad and they got so salty. And they were like, oh, Eva made everybody quit. I did not make anybody quit. I just want to clarify that. They didn't even want to be in the cheerleading team anymore. So it wasn't even my fault. Whatever, so they all quit. And then the girl takes me to the counselor and she tells, like, I literally had to go to I had never been to a counselor. And I was so confused. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, And the guy was asking me like, hey, do you have any trouble at home? This and that. Like, and I was just like, what are you talking about? And then he's like, oh, because this girl is saying that you're like making all the cheerleaders quit. And then I'm like, what are you talking about? So then the girl walks in. I'm not even going to say her name. And then she's just like, oh, yeah, because you think you're better than everybody. And I'm like, bro, you don't even know me. Like, none of my friends would say that. You don't know me and you're talking about me. So I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, haters gonna hate.
Aye, the drama. But that's also like high school drama.
No, but I'm not going to lie. Like, that stayed with me. Because I'm a really good person. Like, I really am. I'm super caring. And, like, I'm the type of person that if I'm, like, in a room, like, I want everybody else to feel super comfortable before I feel comfortable. Because I always feel comfortable. But I'm, like, really concerned if other people are, like, happy and feel comfortable. So then that really stayed with me. And I was like, damn, like, I have to make more of an effort to make sure that people know that, like, I'm a good person. So then I, like...
Really?
Yeah.
Are you still like that, though? You still like that?
Yeah, that really stayed with me.
You're like traumatized. That's like affected you.
That actually really traumatized me because I'm a really good person. And I even cried. I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
But if you know you're a good person,
right
if you know you're a good person, what does it matter if they don't think that you're a good person? You know you're a good person. What does it matter?
It matters.
Why?
Because it just makes me feel bad.
They need to believe that you're a good person.
Yeah, like I felt like I had to prove myself. Like I was like, how can you think this? Like I don't know.
We were talking about this yesterday with Chris, remember? Of looking for external validation when you...
I love how like we put words to everything, like external validation.
Yeah, I know.
That's what it is.
That's such a fancy word to describe a feeling.
Yeah, instead of explaining it, you could just use a word and it tells the whole thing.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
But yeah, no, we were talking about him and he goes, oh yeah, because like he was an author. He's an author. He has a couple books out.
That's super cool.
And he would tell me one time he got feedback that was negative and it really bothered him. But he got a ton of great feedback. But he chose to only listen to that one negative feedback. And that not traumatized him, but it drove him crazy. So I'm listening to you and it's like, who gives a fuck if one bitch like wants to give you shit when everyone else is like, yo, Eva's cool.
Yeah.
But you're worrying about this one bitch.
I think my friends were like, I was cool, but I think a lot of other people just knew of me and thought that. And I think that's why it bothered me so much.
I think you had a lot of attention on you at an early age.
Yeah, true.
And there's a lot of people, they like you for who you are, and et cetera, and et cetera. But then there was a lot of people who probably like, man,
and they were believing that narrative, and it just really bothered me.
And you were like, oh, I got to prove them that I'm a good person, that I know I am, but I need them to believe it.
Yeah.
I
want them to see it too.
Honestly,
I want them to
it's
see it
really
too.
not external validation. Like, I could care less about what anybody thinks. I'm like really the type of person that I do not care what you think. Like, I'll do the most awkward shit. Like, I'll sit down in like the middle of the floor and everybody will be looking at me like, oh, esa pata sucia or whatever. And I'll be like, bro, like, I'm just living my life. I don't care. But it's just that, like, I don't know. I feel like that hurt my feelings, you know?
Okay. Yeah, it feels like you were, because you really feel like you're a good person.
Judge.
So I can kind of see that because I'd be a little bit bothered. I'm like, damn, what the fuck I do to you?
Yeah, like I'm great. I know I'm awesome.
I'm a nice guy. What the fuck did I
No,
do
and
to
then
you?
like
Why
there was
do
so
you
many
hate
other
me?
people that believed that and that believed her and like just so many, like I guess it's being misunderstood. It's not caring what people think. You know what I mean? There's a difference. Like I don't care what people think. I'll do whatever I want and actually I'll have like a million negative comments on like my Instagram or on a video and it really won't bother me. I think that one just like hit home because I think I care a lot about being a good person and she was just saying like that I think I'm better than other people and I was like, that's literally the opposite of me. Like how could you say that, you know? And then so many people, I think it was because so many other people believed it. Like I was like, how do I prove now? Do you know what I mean? I just don't think it's the same thing because I really don't care what people think.
But if you didn't care, and you wouldn't have to.
I know
have
it's
them
like not
prove it.
making sense. Maybe I'm a contradiction.
I'm a walking contradiction.
I
I
actually
don't care what people think, but there's one bitch.
I think it's like when it's more personal, like when you're like attacking like my, I don't know, like
Your character.
my character, like you're attacking my character. It's like different. That doesn't like me like sitting on the floor or something like that, and people being like judging me like,
You're like, I don't
based
give a
off
fuck.
of shit that doesn't matter. Like oh she's about that sucia, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But that's something that mattered to me. Like I want to be like known for who I am.
Does it still bother you today?
Yes.
You still think about
yes, it does.
Wait,
Wait, it literally like has always bothered me. Like that really stayed with me.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But
It
you-
wasn't just her. I think it was like adding up. It was like a bunch of things adding up. Like a bunch of people thinking the wrong thing of me, and then she like said it, and I was like bothered by it. But yeah, it definitely still bothers me. I can't believe it. Oh, I need to go to the therapist.
I think you were also very young, so you were still figuring things out with all this popularity and stuff like that. You were saying earlier, do you read the comments on your social media? Because you get a lot of feedback, like a lot of responses and stuff like that. Do you ever go through it and you're like, oh man, this bitch, people talking shit about you?
Because there's hella haters, I bet, that
You
are
see
talking.
how
read
like
through
much
it?
of a contradiction I am. Like I'll see them, and I literally like I'll pay like 0.00 negative of mine to it. Like I literally it won't bother me. I won't even look at it. I really don't care. I don't live for people like commenting on my pictures. I really don't live for that. I really live like in real life with the people around me. That's what I pay attention to.
But was it always like that?
Yeah.
Even at
so.
first, like let's say when you first like your page was growing, you're getting a lot of likes. Now you're starting to get more comments. It's probably not something you were
I
exposed
never
to.
paid attention to it.
Never really?
Never. I really didn't.
Interesting.
I'm really not the type of person. Like I just didn't.
I think especially now with because you do have a very very large following now, and you're I guess expanded on a lot of things. But I guess it kind of comes with it where you gotta let that shit fall out, brush off.
Not you're gonna fucking burn out.
Yeah, right. If
She's gonna
if you dwell too much on what everyone else is, it's just too much.
I think
going
I'll
on.
like care more. I think I have like tics. Like I think I care about certain things. Like if somebody's like, I think if I'm really vulnerable about something and then I get like negative feedback on it, then that's when I'll be like, damn, like I'll pay attention to it.
Like I really showed you this, like the true stuff, true self.
Like if I come out with like a product or something and like, I don't know, it was like more meaningful to me. And then I'll actually go through the comments. I'll be like, oh my God, like I'll be freaking out. I'll like post and I'll be like, oh my God, what if people don't like it? Like what if they don't get it? Whatever. And then I'll actually look through them. But at the same time, if I get negative comments, I'll just be like, whatever. Like I just want them to kind of like, I hope that they like it. Cause I put like, just if it's more vulnerable, because I'm not very vulnerable. Like most of the times, the things that I'll post on like social media and stuff like that, it'll just be like my everyday life, me like being at the beach. Like you're gonna say something bad about me being at the beach, like I don't care. I could care less. But if I really put like emotion into it and like, I don't know, more of like myself, which I really am a private person, I'm like already freaking out when I post it, and then I'll kind of like care more if people say bad things about it.
Go ahead.
There you go.
Because you said you were more of a private person. I wanted to ask because you post a lot, your social media presence. What are some of your insecurities that you're struggling with? Because people you're successful, you just bought a house, you're young, attractive. Like, do you have certain insecurities that you feel like you're struggling with that maybe other people could relate?
I'm sure other people will be able to relate to that, but honestly, like, I'm a very confident person.
Okay.
I'm like super confident. I think if I'm insecure about anything, like if I want to think about being, and this is like thinking off the spot, it would be maybe like being emotional. Like that's what I'll be insecure about. I'm like a really tough person, and like I won't show you a lot of emotion, like to no one, not to my best friends, not to anybody, Like I'll tell my mom, "Oh, mom, I love you," and stuff like that. And I'll express like that I care for you, but I won't be like actually super emotional about anything. That would be, I guess, is that an insecurity?
So you're not,
or is that more of a vulnerability?
You're not emotional, or you are emotional?
No, I'm emotional, but I'm just not expressive about it.
Okay.
Yeah, emotional, just not expressive.
I'm actually like that type. Like, are you guys like that? I'm like awkward about like emotions.
Like
no, not anymore.
I'm very confident, but like I'm an emotional guy. Like but I express it. I'm confident. Like with my girlfriend.
So you guys are not like
I can't tell her how I feel.
No, not that I can't. It's not that I feel like, I'm not gonna tell you how I feel. It's just that like I can't do it. Like it makes me uncomfortable.
Really?
Oh, it makes you uncomfortable being vulnerable?
Mm-hmm.
I used to be like that. I got over that. Because the thing is, I felt like I couldn't be myself then. At least for me, and not everyone's gonna be the same.
I feel like I am myself. I just feel like sometimes I struggle with like telling people how I feel about them. Like if I really love them, it has to be like somebody that's really close to me. Like I want to tell them I think more, and then like I won't, but I could show it to them. Like I'll always be there for them. Like I'm a really good friend, and I feel like I really show how much I care. I just am awkward about the whole like
expressing it and saying it.
Yeah, I think I'll get over it. Like I want to get over it. I definitely want to overcome that.
I want you to think about something. Imagine every single time that you see the person that you care about. Imagine that's the last time you're gonna see them.
Oh no, I don't even want to think
do
about
it.
that.
No. Listen, in high school, one of my best friends, one of our best friends, Jose, he a few years back, 4 or 5 years ago, he passed away, and it broke my heart to this day. And luckily for me, I can say that I hung out with him that last night. I was with him that night before he passed away, and it was very difficult, moving forward, but I was there and I was able to spend that last night with him. So I always think now, like even with my mom sometimes, like sometimes I'm like very, kind of push her off. I'm like, I don't want to talk, whatever. But then I'm like, this could be the last time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what would I want them to remember from me if it's the last time? And that kind of shifted my mindset. So then I started being more open. I started being more vulnerable because if that's who you really are, you want to deliver that to the person that you truly care about, that you truly trust. But that's something to think about. Maybe I can, change it up a little bit. Think about it.
Wait, no, I think about that all the time. Like, it's not like if I don't. That's what I'm saying. I actually can't. Like, I'm so aware of that. I really am. Like, I literally am super like petro. I'm super like on that. Like, I'm always thinking about that, and that's why I show people so much how much I care about them. Like, I really do. I would have like no regrets because everybody in my life knows how much I care about them. I just can't like say it, or like if it's too much, like, oh my God, if they're like sitting there telling me like, oh my God, I really like appreciate everything you've done for me, I'm just like, it's no big deal, like stop.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, everybody in my life knows like how much I care, how much I'm there for them. It's not like I would literally have no regrets because I know that they know.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my turn. Yeah, last time I let you go. How often is what you post on social media real? Do you feel like, because you had said, whether it's an insecurity or whatever, being vulnerable, or that's a little uncomfortable for you.
I think you could call it insecurity.
Okay,
right?
Sure, we'll call it an insecurity. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're also restricting that realness to come on social media? I guess, do you treat social media like it's my real life and I want to show everything, or are you more strategic now? Obviously, because you do run a business, you're an influencer. Do you feel like you have that kind of
I think it's like half
play
and
by
half.
the rules of that?
I honestly want to say it's like half and half. I'm not the type of person to play by the rules, but there is certain things that I have to do. So I would say like half and half.
Yeah, you have to be careful with what you put out there. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, in terms of the vulnerability and sometimes they're expressing that, how does that translate into your relationship with homie over there?
Oh, okay. So
My boy.
actually,
Yeah.
he's my best friend, and he's like the one person that I'm vulnerable with.
Really?
Yeah.
You feel comfortable enough to kind of express that?
100%.
Homie's like, oh yeah, that's me, baby.
And also, he's like older and more mature, so I feel like that adds to like why I'm so comfortable with it. Like, you know.
How long have you guys been together?
I was gonna say.
We've been together for like 1.5 years. It's about to be 2 years.
Nice.
Okay. Nice. Getting serious.
It's already serious.
My
We literally
God.
live together.
You guys live
We're like
together.
married.
That's awesome,
We're not
man.
married, but we're like married. Like
Hint.
so I'm Cuban.
Yeah, what is
Hey,
it?
babe. No, I'm
Hey.
Cuban. So like honestly, when you're Cuban, when you live like in the Cuban culture, or are you guys Cuban or no?
I'm Cuban. He's he's German.
So probably you know, oh, you're German. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Well, no, in the Cuban culture, like when you live with somebody, it's a toposo. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
my aunt literally calls me. She's not my aunt. She's actually my grandma, but I call her my tia, whatever. But she always calls me and she's like, "Oh, ¿y cómo está tu esposo?" And I'm like, "Tía, ese no es mi esposo." And she's like, "Mija, okay, like ese es tu esposo. Usted
Yeah.
vive juntos, ese es tu esposo."
Right. Yeah, that's like old school, I think.
I need a translation.
No, that's your husband. No,
Oh,
auntie,
just sounds
auntie,
Spanish.
that's not my husband. You live with him? Yes, that's your husband.
Yeah, she's just like, okay, like basically, when you live with somebody like that, you
Might as
like
well.
they will, your family will see it like ese es tu esposo, that's your husband. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like esposo and husband don't mean the same thing.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what
Yeah,
I
being
mean?
raised with the word esposo being thrown around, like it
It
doesn't
gets
seem
thrown
serious.
around. Husband is like such an American, like, oh my God, marriage. Like there's so much more, I think, to that word. Esposo is so much less, I think.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed this content, please head over to Patreon where you'll be able to watch the full episode, get exclusive content, and watch all of our episodes at an earlier time.
Yeah, so coffee breakup started, being a short little break within your day, whether morning, afternoon, night, for you to get, your information, 30 minutes, nice and easy. But obviously, as we're expanding, more guests, more episodes, longer episodes, we want to make sure that we can put that in a little space for those who really want to enjoy those episodes. So head on over to Patreon where you can subscribe for a small little fee. It'll help us continue expanding our business and giving you that same content that you guys really want to follow us for. So again, thank you guys so much for everything. We couldn't have done it without you. But again, head on over to Patreon, check us out, see if it kind of tickles your fancy, and
We appreciate your support.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Thank you guys.
Later.
Ciao.